Hello there and welcome to Cansanity. Today we're going to be spiralizing, and I have two spiralizers to show you. I have the Starfrit manual, and I also have the attachment that goes on the KitchenAid stand mixer. So let's get started. Okay, let's talk first about the Starfrit manual spiralizer. It's easy to use and it's easy to clean. It comes apart in these two main pieces, and if you need to clean the skewer, you can take the handle off and you can take that piece off like that. So that's called the skewer. There are 3 blades that come with this kit for spiralizing. There's the fine, the medium, and the large. I generally use the medium one most of the time for spiralizing. If I want to do a very fine noodle or decoration, then I will use the fine. So let's focus on the medium spiralizer in this video. So to store the blades on here, you can just put the blades in here. I generally just put mine all in the box. So it's a really easy to clean, easy to use tool, and it's fairly inexpensive. So if you want to start spiralizing, you want to give it a go, you're not sure if you're really going to like it, it's a good tool to start with. Okay, so the KitchenAid attachment for the KitchenAid mixer. I bought this kit, and this kit has 5 blades in it. 2 of them are spiralizers, and the 2 in this kit are the fine and the medium. There's an extra fine which doesn't come in this kit, so we'll stick with the medium for this demonstration just to be consistent. Now it also has the main arm, which this is the arm that attaches to the KitchenAid, and it's driven by the motor. And then you have the skewer. So those are the parts of the KitchenAid stand mixer spiralizer attachment. Okay, so to put the attachment on the KitchenAid stand mixer, you loosen the hub and put the main arm in, and then just screw it until it's tight. And then here's this what the skewer looks like, and here's how it's going to go on. You're going to put it on and just twist until you hear a click. And then your blade, be careful with the blades, they're really sharp. So to put the blade on, you're just going to drop it in this slot, and you're just going to hear a snap. And that's the blade. The blade is on. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to put your zucchini on. And in order to put the zucchini on the skewer, you're going to have to take your blade out. And it just pops out. And then you're going to pierce it in the center and push into the skewer. And then you're going to grab your blade again and put your blade in. And I like to kind of center it up with the center of the zucchini, and then press it down. Okay, so now we're going to start to spiralize. So we're just going to start the motor and start it at the stir position. And then we're going to gradually move it to up to 4, and that's about the speed that you would spiralize at. Okay, so that's how you spiralize a zucchini, and you get some really nice noodles. It's a really nice thick but thin enough noodle to use for spaghetti, for pasta, or for any kind of dish like that. I'm just, because I'm set up already for this, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to spiralize a potato and a beet. And all of these vegetables I grew in my garden. Okay, next we're going to spiralize this beautiful red potato. I'm not going to peel it because I grew it, it's organic, and the peels have a lot of nutrition. So I'm just going to stick the potato on this way, right into the skewer. And I'm going to put the same blade in. You see there's a lot more distance between the potato and the blade, so you just use this lever to guide your blade to the potato. And press it in and release. Okay, let's see how this works. Okay, a beautifully spiralized potato. I can just smell the butter and the onions frying in the pan with these beautiful spiralized potatoes. Okay, so for the KitchenAid attachment, there is a peeler blade as well that you can use to peel apples while you're slicing, because this attachment kit also has blades for slicing. But I'm going to use the peeler attachment for the beets and see how that works. So to do the use the peeler attachment, you have to slide it in. What am I doing here? Okay. It just snaps like that, and then you put your blade on. But first we're going to take the first we're going to put the beet on. And I'm going to just take the stem, cut the stems off, and just cut the root end off too. Look at that beautiful beet. So we're going to put it on this way in the center. I'm going to put it in. That's a little tougher. Okay, that's about as good as I can get it. Okay, and then now we're going to put the spiralizer attachment. And so then you just slide that in again and give it a snap. And now we're going to use the guide, this lever, to move it closer to the beet. Get it into the center as close as you can. Okay, and now we're going to see how the peeler works as well as the spiralizing. So let's go. Start off on stir, and then we'll here's the peel. Kind of neat. It does all the work for you. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at how beautiful. I don't want to touch them with my hands because they're just going to be so red. But look how beautifully red that beet is. And that would make it a delicious addition to any meal. So now to use the manual Starfrit spiralizer, I have the medium spiralizing blade, which would be equivalent to what we just used in the KitchenAid portion with the KitchenAid attachment. And you just basically slide the blade in, and then you can move the skewer back and attach your zucchini skewer end, and then move it over to where the the blade is. Remember that the blade is very, very sharp, so be careful and mindful of that. And then this has two handles. It has a handle here, which you can use to push, and then the crank. So the suctions are good in that it'll keep the spiralizer stable, and then now you just go ahead and push forward. Just got it off the. Okay, well, anyways, it just for some reason stopped. Okay, let's just keep going. See, just not attached anywhere. It came off. Okay, so I just basically pulled it off, and I just for some reason wasn't spinning, so I just reattached it. So let's just see if I can get it going. Yeah, there we go. Now remember, those blades are sharp as you get closer. Okay, and there we have our spiralizer noodles. Now I like the fine. They're a little bit finer than the medium on the KitchenAid attachment. So it makes a really nice light noodle, as you can see. Now you have little pieces that will come off like this because it's uneven, the diameter. So you're just going to have some noodles and some little pieces. Okay, so now we're just going to take that apart. And I'm just going to give this a rinse, and then we'll do the next vegetable. Okay, so I already put the blade back, gave it a rinse, and again, the potato is organic, so I'm just going to leave the peel right on and just press that into the skewer and press that firmly onto the blade. Okay, and as you can see, we get beautiful potato spiralized vegetable. So just put that to the side. And now we'll do the beet. Now the beet, I don't, for the beet, you don't have the peeler. I'm just going to give this a little, actually I could just take that out like that. So I'm going to first have to peel the beet, so let me do that. Okay, last but not least, the beet. So we're all peeled and ready to go, so I'm just going to put this end actually in to the skewer and run it into the blade. And I'm going to just start spiralizing. Okay, you can see it does a really fine job spiralizing beets as well. Now, when you do beets on the Starfrit here, make sure that you wash this right away so you don't stain your. Okay, so let's start with the zucchini. You know, to use spiralized vegetables, it's really simple. You don't have to get really fancy. The flavor of the vegetables is what's outstanding. I just put some olive oil and some butter in this pan, and then we're just going to put in the noodles that we spiralized with the KitchenAid here. And then you'll see that this is a little finer. This is the noodles that we spiralized with the Starfrit. I'm just going to some potatoes snuck in there. But with zucchini, you just really have to cook this really quickly. You can cook it in like 5 minutes and it's done. And zucchini is one of those vegetables that will take on any flavor. And so, you know, if you want to have pasta sauce, then just you can put some pasta sauce on it at the end, some warmed pasta sauce. I like actually to saute up some red pepper. I saute the zucchini noodles first for 5 minutes. I take it out. Then I saute up some red pepper and take it out. And then I put a pesto over top and I mix it all up, and it's just delish. So again, really, really simple. Okay, potatoes, same. Really, all you need to get a really delicious potato is some nice sizzling butter. You can throw some olive oil in there too, and just fry up those potatoes. Potatoes and onions, they obviously go really, really well together. But honestly, all you really need to do is cook these potatoes in with that butter. And there's the noodles from the KitchenAid, and here's the noodles from the Starfrit. Okay, now I just saute this up till I get a nice bit of crisp to them, and this will take a little bit longer. Probably about 6 minutes, 7 minutes. So I'm just going to saute that up. And you always want to put it on with the potatoes. Grind some salt and some pepper. I'm just drooling. I just want to eat this. It smells so good. Having a spiralizer is a great way to add a little bit of texture and different visual to your meals, and it really doesn't break the day to own one. Okay, so I just want to talk about cleaning the spiralizers. For the Starfrit, you can take the handle off and then take the skewer out, and take the glide off, and then you can take the blade, and you can put those all at the top part of your dishwasher, or wash them by hand. Now, if you're washing the blade by hand, be very careful. Use a brush and not a cloth, because you're likely to cut yourself if you just run a cloth over top of it. And then the base you can just put in the sink and wash it that way. Okay, so for the KitchenAid and its attachments, we just take the blade off, and then there's a little release for the peeler. Take that off, and then you can take your skewer off by twisting. And all of these pieces can go on the top part of your dishwasher and washed safely there. Or you can wash them by hand. But again, if you're going to use wash by hand, use a brush and not a cloth. And then for the arm, you'll just take it off, and then you just wipe that down with a damp cloth. It's not going to get too dirty, but that you don't want to put in the dishwasher. That you just wipe with a damp cloth. Okay, so for the zucchini noodles that we sauteed up, I just heated up some spaghetti sauce that I just canned today, and just throw that down on top and top that with Parmesan, and it's delicious. And for the spiralized potatoes, I just absolutely love potatoes, and just sauteing them up with the butter. I drizzled some olive oil on there too, salt and pepper. I can eat this whole plate. And for the beets, I like beets raw. Beets go really nicely on top of greens, with a nice balsamic dressing, or you could use blue cheese on top. Beets and blue cheese and arugula go fantastic together. And so I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope that if you are enjoying the Cansanity videos that you do subscribe. We would love for you to follow along and see what else we have to show you. Again, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Have a great day.